Evening, everyone, and welcome to the next revolution. We are pro-worker, pro-family, pro-community, and especially pro-America. So, just out of interest, I went back and read Biden's inaugural address again, and I noticed something amazing. No, not the endless, disingenuous promises about unity that he started breaking within minutes, but the fact that he barely even talks about the economy. It's hardly mentioned. And now we know why. Because Biden's actual economic plan, now coming into full horrific view, was this. How quickly and how comprehensively can we take a strong, growing economy and turn it into a weak, shrinking, stagnant one? And the answer is pretty damn quickly and completely comprehensively. You can imagine that first meeting of Biden's Council of Economic Advisors. So look, guys, we've just had a massive supply shock because of the pandemic. And we've got huge pent-up demand because people have been sent all these stimulus checks but couldn't go out and spend them. I know. Let's pump up demand even further with more stimulus spending, and let's make the supply shock even worse with a whole bunch of new regulations and threats of regulations. So then we'll have too much demand, not enough supply, and that makes inflation. But just to make sure of it, let's shut down pipelines and new investment in oil and gas, and then the cost of energy will go up, which will push the price of everything else up. And then instead of just a little bit of transitory inflation, what use is that? We can have out-of-control inflation that lasts for years. Brilliant. On top of that, why don't we open the border so just as we're trying to get Americans back to work, we import millions more people to do the jobs for much lower wages? And that is basically what they did, which is why we are where we are. But however bad they've made it, it's not so bad that they can't make it worse. And so this week, they dig up the rotten, stinking corpse of Build Back Better and send it creeping grimly back onto the agenda. Because you know what? They haven't messed with the laws of supply and demand nearly enough. They can spend even more government money helping rich people in Silicon Valley buy Teslas while raising business taxes to make absolutely sure we get less investment in the supply side of the economy to make things for people to spend their money on. And then, just to make sure we know how stupid they think we are, they decide to call this $700 billion inflation-boosting madness the Inflation Reduction Act. Yes, the Inflation Reduction Act, hot on the heels of the Afghanistan withdrawal that was actually an extraordinary success, the inflation that's transitory, the border that's not open, and the mother that's a birthing person. The important thing, though, as Biden reminded us in his inaugural address, I missed this part too, is that
we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured.
Quite right. We can't have facts themselves be manipulated or even manufactured.
You look at inflation, when we look at where we are economically, and we are in a strong, we are stronger economically than we have been in history.
Exactly, strongest in history, obviously. And we're definitely not in recession.
This is not an economy that's in recession, but we're in a period of transition in which growth is slowing, and that's necessary and appropriate. A recession is a broad-based contraction that affects many sectors of the economy. We just don't have that.
2 negative quarters of GDP growth is not the technical definition of recession.
No, it's not a recession. It's not the technical definition. The White House statement makes that absolutely clear. Quote, while some maintain that 2 consecutive quarters of falling GDP is a recession, it's actually not. And who are these misinformation merchants who maintained that 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth is the technical definition of recession? Is it Trump? Larry Kudlow of Fox News? A sinister cabal of far-right white supremacist economists? No. It's actually this guy, Brian Deese, the pasty-faced Pinocchio, who said in 2008 that 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth is the technical definition of recession. Except now it's not. It's changed, you see. Just like Fauci with the masks. Of course no one should be going around wearing a mask. They don't stop the virus. Wait. Everyone must wear a mask at all times. This is what Biden meant by rejecting a culture in which facts are manipulated or even manufactured. They would never do that. And neither would we. So, here are some facts for you, just to give a sense of the glorious economic turnaround these Biden geniuses have achieved. Inflation, with Trump, a peak of 3% in July 2018. Under Biden, 9.1%, the worst for 41 years. With Trump, America a net energy exporter for the first time in nearly 70 years. Under Biden, begging for oil from the Saudi pariah. Gas prices with Trump, around $2.50 a gallon. Under Biden, up to $5. But that's Putin's fault, of course.
Putin's price hike is hitting America hard. Gas prices at the pump.
Putin's price hike.
Putin price hike.
Putin's price hike.
Putin's price hike.
Here's the thing. I don't know why Biden and Pelosi and the gang think that calling it Putin's price hike even helps their argument. There wouldn't even be a war in Ukraine if Trump was still in the White House. Back to the facts. Average weekly real earnings for workers up 8.7% with Trump, down by 5.3% under Biden. They keep bragging about low unemployment and a strong labour market. Yes, we had that with Trump, but under Biden, it's only a low unemployment rate because people have given up even trying to work. The labour participation rate, the proportion of American adults who are working, is the lowest it's been outside the pandemic shutdown for 45 years. But don't worry, folks, our senile Captain Calamity says it's all going great.
Look, here's where we are. We have the fastest growing economy in the world. The world. The world.
The world, the world, the world. False, false, false. Even CNN fact-checked that as false. Revised GDP numbers showed that the economy shrank at an even faster rate than previously reported during the first quarter of the year, and now it's down again. And yes, that does mean we're in a recession. The rate at which this Biden regime has driven our economy into the ground is actually genuinely astounding. It was only just a few years ago with Trump that we had the best economy for half a century. Blue-collar boom, the lowest unemployment levels we've ever seen, especially for women, black people and Latinos. But now look, we went from becoming a net energy exporter to waging a self-defeating war on energy, from low inflation to the highest levels in more than 4 decades, from affordable gas prices to the highest average cost per gallon on record, from pro-growth to anti-growth, pro-America to anti-America. This is Biden's mad agenda, and this is Biden's avoidable recession. Tell us what you think at NextRevFNC and at Steve Hilton X, and share this message when we post it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.